Like all bots, Valiants are immortal spiritual beings encased in powerful metal bodies. This means when they are destroyed, their code returns to the ether, where, when it is cleansed and prepared, they can be returned and downloaded back into newly prepared bodies. This is not to say that bots do not suffer pain or emotion, because they certainly do. The Valiants arrived on Earth after a collision in space. Their ship broke into several parts, with the largest section landing in the Democracy, just in time to save humanity. In today's game of Bot War, I'm going to be trying out the solo play scenario in the core rulebook. I'll be using the Valiants with Ducal leading my force in this, and I'll have a bunch of the other Valiants in there as well. Here we have the scenario. Now, there is a bunch of rules here in the special rules that all sort of dictate and tell you how the enemy bots work. Effectively, where these stars are on the map, you will have a enemy boss bot and a couple of little henchmen around him. You're trying to get rid of as many of these in 8 turns as you can with your bots, which will be in a force worth up to 60 points. And so for my Valiants, I'll have a perfect 60 points. Like I said, I've got Ducal leading, I'll have RJ, Herbs, Traffic Stop, and Supercharge. What's really cool is all of these Valiants come inside the Turbo Edition 2 starter set, so if you want to pick that up, you can grab these, and you'll even have a second force to use as the opposing bots as well. Alrighty, and so we are all deployed for the solo play game of Bot War. Now, to start with, first of all, for my Valiants, I have both Traffic Stop and Supercharge down here. We have RJ and then Ducal and Herbs on the far flank. Now we have 3 main enemies to defeat, 3 of the big bosses. So the first of these is Moore. We then have Saw over here behind. And then lastly, we have the Thresher Lord over here. So Saw is behind that building there. You've got Moore, and Thresher Lord is in there. So we're going to go round 1. Now, everyone acts in normal order, just the enemies don't do anything if they haven't got line of sight to one of my fighters. Today's video is brought to you by Gap Games, a fantastic retailer in Australia for a variety of different miniature war games. If you'd like to help support the channel, we have an affiliate link where by clicking on and purchasing, you'll help support the channel, but you'll also help support Gap Games, which is a fantastic servant to the community. And so, first round. Now, I start activating at strategy rating 4, and because I am the Valiants, I do activate before the enemy bots. So they're activating on 1 with Ripper, who does nothing, who is up the back, and Saw is there as well. So they'll both miss their activations this round, but then I go into my strategy rating 4 bots. And so my first activation of my strategy rating 4, I'm going to go with Herbs. Now I've given him 1 energy. He does have efficient though, so he gets a free activation essentially. And so he's just going to move up there with his efficient ability, and then we're just going to keep his 1 energy on him for any shield protection he may need. Then got my second bot, which will be RJ. Right, RJ is then going to do a long-range shooting attack. Now, she does get to swap out one of her dice for a crit dice with the sniper rule, so because we only have 1 dice on long range, we then have the crit dice, so we do 3 points of damage. Hammerhead will then go. He's got 3 shields, and he stops 4, so he is fine. My last strategy rating 4 will actually be Supercharge, who I'm going to use his super ability of air support. This, along with teleport as well, means he can transport to where he wants to. So he's used his super ability of air support to jump up to there. He's then going to make a ranged attack against Hammerhead, of which he's now in short range, so we get the 2 regular shooting dice. We do 2 points of damage, and Hammerhead will then shield, so he stops 2 again, so the shooting is ineffective against Hammerhead. And so Hammerhead is going to activate next. He's actually strategy rating 5, which is before Traffic Stop, which is my next, who is number 6 for his strategy rating. So Hammerhead moves up and he will attack Supercharge. So he has 3 dice for his range at close range. So he will do 5. And so I have 3 shield dice ready, and I stop 6, so no damage on Supercharge. So my next activation is Traffic Stop, who will do a double move with his energy up to there. And then lastly, I have... No, I don't have Ducal, because next will be Moore, who is an 8. And so Moore will activate, but he won't actually do anything. The boss bots don't actually move from their places. But they do make a shooting attack. However, he's at long range and he only has one shooting, so he won't make any shooting attack this round. So I will go on to Dukao. Dukao will make a move, and then we are going to supercharge our shooting for the extra dice because we're in short range. So we're allowed to supercharge at short range. So that means we'll be 5 dice on our shooting attack, which we will do 9 points of damage. Hammerhead then has 3 defense. He stops 4. He takes 5. And with that, not quite enough to take him down. He's actually got 6 wounds, annoyingly. But that will be the end of round 1. I've got 8 rounds. And effectively, I've got to try and wipe out as many of the boss bots as I can to get the best score possible. So, go on to round 2. So, once again, Ripper, Saw, and Piranha at the start of turn 2 are all up there, so they won't activate on me. So, I've got my strategy rating 4s to activate. So, my first activation strategy rating 4 is going to be Herbs. Herbs is going to make a move with Efficient, and then I've got 2 range dice, so we can get 5 nice Herbs. And so, Hammerhead now must stop all 5, or he will go down. He stops 3, and Herbs takes him out. Good job, buddy. Supercharge will then move, and I'm going to make an attack against Moore here. So that will be 4 damage. Moore has 3 shields, so he goes and stops 3. He actually takes a point of damage. RJ will then move up, and she'll make a shooting attack. So she gets the crit dice, so for 2. And then Moore can try and stop it. So he only stops 1, takes another. And so next up, Goremouth here actually can draw line of sight to Herb, so he will make a move. He's then going to go into Supercharge with 3 ranged attack dice, so we are going to do 5. Supercharge does have 3 shields though, so what can we stop? We stop nothing, take 5 with Supercharge, and he's down to 1 wound remaining. We're going to choose to actually reroll one of those dice. Due to Dukao's Inspiring Presence, I can reroll 1 dice for a friend with in line of sight once per turn, so we stop 2, so we only take 3 on Supercharge instead of 5. Next, I'll have Traffic Stop, who's going to move into combat with the Goremouth there. So we're getting the extra crit dice from combat. So we do 3 points of damage with Traffic Stop. Goremouth has 3 shields, and he stops all the damage. That will then mean it is Moore's turn. Now, he can't target someone in combat, though I do have the option. I'm actually going to choose to push out of that combat. And so Moore will then make 1 ranged attack. He can't go into combat, so we'll go into Supercharge. So he does 2, and I get 3 defense to stop it all coming into Supercharge. Next up is Dukao. And so Dukao moves up. I'm then going to boost my combat attack, meaning I get 5 combat dice and a crit dice in the combat. That will be a lot, so that is 12 damage. And so 3 defense dice on Goremouth. He must stop 7 to stay alive. He stops 2 and is destroyed. And so that is the end of round 2. We're going into round 3. I've still not defeated a boss, so I do need to speed that up. Maybe I'm going to need to split my forces up here, but we will see. Today's video is brought to you by Baron of Dice, a premium wargaming dice that make your table come alive. Now, if you're looking for some great dice to suit an army you play on the tabletop in a variety of different games, go to Baron of Dice and check out their website. You can also use our discount code down in the video's description, which will help support the channel, but also nab you a cheap little discount. The dice you see pictured here are the official dice for Parabellum's Last Argument of King's Conquest by them as well, which you can find on the Parabellum e-store as well. Right, so turn 3, I'm going to have all my smaller support fighters, everyone but Dukao, go before the enemy, unless I start drawing them in line of sight. And so Herbs moves here. Now, Ripper can actually see him from there. However, Ripper is strategy rating 1, which means he's already gone for the round. RJ will then do the same. Once again, Ripper can see them. He's already activated, technically, being strategy rating 1. And then Supercharge and Traffic Stop move over like so. Moore is next to strategy rating 8, so he will go into Dukao. He will do nothing, so Dukao is then going to go next. And so Dukao is actually going to go in with a ram attack, so we're hoping to remove just Moore in a single round of combat. He does have 10 wounds, so what can we do with Dukao? That is not a good roll. That is 5. So Moore has 3 shields to defend there. He does only stop 1, so he takes another 4. Alright, so beginning of round 4, I really need to pick up the pace here. So first of all, Ripper actually will activate because you can see traffic stop and all my fighters here. So Ripper makes 1 ranged attack into traffic stop. He does 2. Traffic stop has shields of 3, so we need to stop 2 points of damage. We stop 3, so traffic stop is fine. Herbs is then going to make his ram attack into Ripper there. And so we'll go combat into Ripper. We have 2 crit dice thanks to Ram and our base, so we will do 6 points of damage. And so Ripper then gets to go, saves 2, and means he takes 5, which is enough to take him out. RJ will then move, and she's going to make a boosted shooting attack now at, that is small eye, so 3 dice. It'll be 5. Small eye has 3 shields, so he saves 1, takes 4. Supercharge will then step back, and he's going to make a ranged attack into small eye as well. So we have 2 for 5. Small eye with his 3 shields saves 3, takes another 2. And that'll be 6 points of damage and take him out as well. And so next up is actually the Thresher Lord, who can see Herbs here. So he's going to make a ranged attack at him. And so Thresher Lord into Herbs, we have 3 dice for his range, being in base range. So that is 4. And so because Herbs has Obscure, he actually has an additional shield dice, so he's got 3. He only saves 1, so he takes 3. Next up is Traffic Stop, so he's going to go. Traffic Stop will then be going into the Thresher Lord. We're going to do a boosted ranged attack. Now, he has Sharpshooter, which means he actually gets to reroll one of his ranged dice. So we'll obviously be re-rolling that. So that will be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 points of damage on Thresher Lord. And he has 3, so he must save 3. He saves 4. So he will take 4 points of damage. So Moore is going to attack Dukao. Now he gets 4 combat dice and a crit as per normal in a combat. So now I can choose to make someone re-roll a dice with combat sword. I'm actually not going to try and dodge that, because that is 4, 5, 6. It's not going to take Dukao out, so I'm going to try and defend it. Now it actually becomes 7 damage, because you do have combat mace, which just gives you +1 damage. I do roll 1 less shield dice, so I'm going to boost my shields to get me back to my base shield level, because you've also got combat axe. Combination of them is pretty nasty, but this is what Dukao has, so it is 7 minus 5. I take 2 on Dukao. Dukao will then boost his combat back, so we are going to do 4, 5. And so 3 shield dice. Stops 5. Oh dear, that's not good. Dukao does not do the work he needs to. Right, so start of the round, Saw and Piranha over here, both can't see, so we go into my strategy rating 4. Herbs will be the first. So Herbs moves in with his efficient. I'm now going to do a boosted combat attack, which will take me to this for combat. Will be 3. So 3 shield dice on the big guy. I can actually re-roll that, so I'm going to re-roll the crit dice, because I can re-roll thanks to Dukao. So that'll change me to 5 now. Cool. 3 shield dice from Moore. He stops 4, takes another. RJ is then going to move up. I'm going to do a boosted shooting attack into Thresher Lord for 5. And so Thresher Lord has 3 shield dice. He must save 4 of these, or he dies. He saves 4, so he will take a point of damage. Supercharge will then move up to join RJ, and he's going to make a shooting attack into Thresher Lord. That'll be for 6. You must save it all on Thresher Lord. He saves 3 and he will go down. That gets me one of the bosses down. Now, Saw can actually see me from back here, but he's actually strategy rating 3, so he's already gone. So we then go into 6, which is Traffic Stop next. Now, Traffic Stop does have to move out in the open, so Saw can now see him from where he was. Couldn't see each other around the corner here. So we're going to do a shooting attack. And so Traffic Stop, 3 dice. He can reroll 1 thanks to Sharpshooter. So we will go to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points of damage. Saw has 3 shield dice. He also has 7 wounds. So he saves 4, takes 3. And so Moore is then going to go next. He'll go into Duke Out again. So that will be 4, 5, 6 this time. But it'll be 7 again. I do have to boost my shields thanks to Combat Axe and Mace, giving the +1 damage and removing one of my shield dice. So I'll boost my shields back up to normal. And I can replace one thanks to Combat Shield. So I stop 6 of them, so I take 1. Can Duke Out finally vanquish this beast? So we are going with a boosted combat. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Cool. 3 dice to defend with more. He stops 2. That is 8 on top of his 7 already. He is taken down. Today's battle report is also brought to you by Mithras Games. Fantastic tabletop wargaming mats out of New Zealand. Now, Mithras Games has a variety of different mats. We've got the fantastic Desert Red, the nice Tundra Green, and the frosty Ice Blue here as well. All of these mats are a really nice high quality, generally very similar to how you would get your mouse pads for your mats, but fantastic high quality mats. We love them. Mithras Games are a fantastic supporter of the channel. You can pop on over to their website, especially if you're local to Australia or New Zealand. They're a fantastic company to help support. And so we go into round 6 now. First of all, Saw is actually the first activation. And so Saw is going to just shoot into Traffic Stop. So Saw's shooting attack. We'll do 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ouch. Traffic Stop has 3. We're going to actually boost his shields. So this will take him to 4. And we will stop all 7 points of damage on Traffic Stop. So we're going strategy rating 4. Now Piranha is strategy rating 4. However, because I am Valiants, I do break all ties. So first of all, we're going to go with Herbs. So Herbs will move up here and he'll make a ranged attack into Saw's backside. So we get 2 shots at this. Because it's in range to count, I'm going to re-roll the fail here. So there'll be 4. Saw has 3 shields. Saves 3, takes another point of damage. RJ will then move and do a ranged attack against Saw. So 2 dice. She does 4. Saw has 3 shields. He saves 3, takes another. Supercharge will then move and he's going to do a boosted shooting attack. So we get 3 dice. He will do 5. Saw in defense will stop 4. He'll take another. And so, I thought that was Piranha. That's Deep Sea. So it's actually strategy rating 6. My mistake. So Traffic Stop will go before. If Traffic Stop gets the wound through, I do win the game at the best possible value because I'll kill all 3 enemy bosses. And so we're going to go with a boosted shooting attack with 4 dice. It'll be 5. This means Saw must save every one of them. And he does. Now it is Deep Sea's turn, who will make a charge into Supercharge. So Deep Sea coming up behind. Damage-wise, oh wow. He's going to do 8 points of damage to Supercharge. And then we are going to try and save some. Save 4. Ooh. To finish off though, Duke Cow will move up behind Saw and we're going to make a shooting attack with boost. That will be 6, 7, 8, 9. Can Saw stop that? No, he can't. Saw will go down to Duke Out, and I will get the flawless victory. And that's the end of the video. We hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and also drop a comment down below letting us know what you thought about the video. If you'd like to come chat more with me and other members of our fun little community here at Sinful Gaming, we have a Discord server linked down in the video's description. Also linked down in the video's description are the best ways to help support the channel. You can use one of our affiliate links to Gap Games or Element Games if you're in Australia or the United Kingdom, or you can subscribe to our YouTube members or Patreon, or grab some merch from our merch stores on Teespring or Ko-fi. All the best ways to help support the channel. As a special thanks to all our Patreon and YouTube members, we'd like to give them all a shout out. So thank you to our Patrons, Broken Chef, Andy C, Grimscold, Colorblind Magic, Benjamin Swallows, James Cater, Mark Harvey, Domir, Average Wargamer, JJ Austrian, Cure Dynamic, Andrew Bowen, Outer and Shot First, Kenny Lowell and Soren. and to our YouTube members, Green Roots Gaming, Ronya, Lockloric, The Johnny84, Broken Chef, Ariana Edwards, Monty's Tabletop Terrain, James Tillman, Disco, John Castle, and Gargamel196. Thank you all once again for watching. Like, subscribe, comment down below. Stay safe, everyone. Stay well. And most of all, keep fighting that war against the grey. Ciao for now.